Hey everyone, so today I want to talk about the 2005 film Conversations with Other Women. Now the premise of this film does initially sound quite simple and quite cliche. A man and a woman meet each other at a wedding and they start to talk to one another and they soon begin to realise that they have a bit of a history together without actually realising it. And the question is, how far does their past go back and how further forward are they going to go on this occasion? What I find quite fascinating about this is that our two protagonists are not named. The woman is She's never referred to by a name, but she's just listed on IMDb as woman, and she is the 7th bridesmaid to the bride. And the man, listed as man, is the brother of the bride. So they have quite a connection straight away anyway. But then you start to piece bits together and it becomes quite fascinating, and it kind of tells their story, and it's told in such a fascinating way. Now, as I said, the plot to this does sound quite basic, but it is the directing that makes it stand out above everything else. It's directed by Canosa, forgive me if I'm saying that wrong, and it's told primarily through split screens, which is quite weird and not something that I thought I was going to enjoy. We have 2 frames at any one given time throughout the entire film. It's an hour and 20 minutes in length. We have 2 screens. Now, sometimes we can see both points of view of both the man and the woman. Sometimes we're looking at the woman from the man's point of view. Sometimes we're looking over the woman's shoulder at the man from her point of view. Sometimes we can see the same person's point of view but from a slightly different angle. So it's playing on quite a few different concepts there. First of all, the fact that there's more than one side to every story, the fact that there's more than one way of looking at things, the fact that different people perceive things in different ways, and the fact that time doesn't stay still and time is never the same, and time changes and things change, and that also goes to the whole looking at things differently and how the past has differed from the future. And I think it's very fascinating. Had you said to me prior to watching this, Amy, it's told through split screens, I probably would have not been looking forward to it as much as I was. But because it's told so well and the actual qualities they're directing in each frame is sensational, it's brilliant, the last frame, the last thing we see is the most beautiful thing ever. And that's combined with the script. The script of that very last scene is flawless. It's so intricate, it's so detailed, it's so powerful. It's absolutely brilliant. What I like about the script through most of this as well is that we're told things in quite a really steady, gentle, soft way. I mean, there's a lot of softness to this, a lot of soft colours, which I'll talk about in a moment. But things are revealed to us really quite slowly and gently and not in an explosive manner. We could have been told something 2 minutes before we actually realise it. And that kind of puts us in the character's shoes, because we can see the characters starting to realise things that they'd forgotten, but specifically the woman starting to realise things and put bits and pieces together, but things don't click until a couple of minutes later. And normally you'd think, oh well, if it's taken us a little while to get things, maybe that's a bad thing. But with this film, given the nature of the characters, the nature of the plot, it works really well. And because we just realise things instantly, we've been sitting on information for a good couple of minutes before we put it together and realise the conclusion. I was personally kind of left thinking, oh my goodness, how did I not see that? It was so obvious, even though I've only known it for a couple of minutes. But I really like that aspect of it, because instead of just throwing information at us, it allows us to start to piece things together. So the quality of the script and the directing are on par with one another, exquisite. Obviously the main reason that I watched this was because of Helena Bonham Carter. For those of you who don't know, I am a massive Helena Bonham Carter fan. I apologise to those of you who have now seen that tattoo a million times, but I do love it a lot. I absolutely love her in this. That outfit there is one of my favourites. To be honest, the character in this is quite normal compared to a lot of my favourite Helena roles. You know, I love Enid, I love Mrs. Lovett, I love Bellatrix. The character of the woman is a little bit of a stereotypical woman. You know, she's a working woman, she has a family, she has a husband. But I do really quite enjoy this character. I love what she does with it. She remains British, even though it's filmed in America and set in America. She remains British, which I love. Not that I have anything wrong with the American accent, but I love Helena's accent as herself. Aaron Eckhart in this is brilliant. I do love him in other things that I've seen. I think my favourite thing he's been in would have to be Love Happens. But I actually think I prefer him in this, and that's a big thing to say because I love Love Happens. What I want to point out as well with the casting, for the most part, we only see the man and the woman, and we get to see a lot of close-ups. And there's also a sex scene, by the way, I should point that out. You will get to see Helena pretty much naked, which was very interesting to say the least. So I do have to point that out. It is a certificate 15. because of the nudity in it. But we do get to see most of the film told through them and through close-ups, sometimes quite extreme close-ups, not during the sex scene, don't worry, it's not that graphic. But we also get flashbacks from their past as their story starting to be told. And the casting of the younger man and the younger woman is really good, but it's the casting of the younger woman that is brilliant. There are certain frames where you're thinking, I can't work out if that's Helena as the woman, or if that's the person as the younger woman. I am sorry, I've forgotten the actress's name and I forgot to write it down. But the casting there between Helena and the younger woman is phenomenal. They really have the same jawline and the same face bone structure for the most part, which is brilliant. I cannot fault this film. The casting is great. The things that I didn't think I would have liked about it, I absolutely love. The pace of the development of the script, I didn't think I would have liked, but I do. There are quite a few comedic moments. I don't think it's advertised as a comedy, but there are a few things. It's not a laugh out loud film. It'll make you think, it might make you cry. It'll make you kind of evaluate your own situation in life. And then if you go and buy the DVD, which I bought for £5 in HMV, I think, and it's about £4.50 on Amazon, there are casting interviews on there as well, which is always interesting to watch, specifically Helena's, of course. Fantastic, fantastic film. Enjoyed it so much more than I ever thought I would. I kind of thought it was going to be one of those that I was going to watch because it was Helena. It wouldn't really be a favourite, but I enjoyed aspects of it. But no, I loved every second of it from start to finish, which is a big claim for a film. It plays with quite a lot of things that could have really failed as a film, but it's all done exquisitely and I absolutely love it. Please feel free to leave comments and things and let me know your thoughts on conversations with other women. That is it for just now, so I will see you all next time. Bye!